What's up, guys? So I'm back here with another fragrance review. Today I've got Yves Saint Laurent YSL L'Homme men's fragrance. So just to begin, the perfumers on this one were Anne Filippo, Dominique Ropignon, and Pierre Warnier. And this fragrance was originally formulated in 2006, so a fairly long while ago now, but it's still a contemporary classic. So the note breakdown is as follows. So the top notes are ginger, bergamot, and lemon. The middle notes are spices, white pepper, basil, and violet leaf. And the base consists of tonka bean, Tahitian vetiver, and cedar. So just to give you guys my opinion on the fragrance as a whole, it opens up with a real burst of citrus, but ginger is definitely the most prominent note here in this fragrance. I'll show you guys the atomizer. For a start, the bottle is it's nice. It's a sleek design. It's pretty outdated now, I suppose, but I'll just show you guys the atomizer there. So decent atomizer, nothing special, but pretty decent. So just talking a little bit more about this fragrance, it really opens up. That bergamot is very noticeable. It's bright, it's fresh, it's crisp. And it makes the fragrance smell really pleasant and refined. In the dry down, you get this sort of creamy vetiver coming through, and there's a tiny hint of violet in this fragrance, which gives it a little bit of a masculine tone. But it's nothing substantial. It's not comparable to the violet that you would associate with a fragrance like Dior Fahrenheit. That almost has a sort of gasoline smelling violet, but this is far more toned down and subtle, which is a good thing. And to talk a little bit more about this, it's a contemporary classic. It's a contemporary classic, this fragrance. Although it's been out for 14 years, you really can't go wrong. It smells brand new today. If you were to wear it in any setting today, it really is a fantastic smelling scent. In terms of the longevity of this fragrance, on average, I get between 6 to 8 hours, including the dry down. So that's moderate in terms of longevity. That is a slight downside to this fragrance. I'll confess that is a slight downside, but it is meant to be softer and more toned down as a fragrance. It's not going to project halfway across the office or the room that you're in, like a fragrance like Paco Rabanne 1 million or Dior Sauvage. So, when people come in your close proximity and in your sort of scent bubble, they will smell it, and they will for certain appreciate the scent. So in terms of discussing the setting that I would wear this fragrance in, it's a versatile fragrance. I think it's probably most appropriate for the office, for work, but you could wear it as your everyday scent in college or even in high school. I think it's great for sort of family get-togethers. It's great for date settings. It's great for running errands, just doing your everyday work, going to the shops or whatever. It's just it's a versatile fragrance. It's a little bit of a little bit of everything, a Swiss Army knife, if you will. And it's definitely a fragrance that you can use in multiple different scenarios. The only setting I would say that I'd probably avoid using this fragrance in is maybe the club, because it's not particularly shouty. It's not going to get people's attention when there are other more extravagant fragrances there. It'll probably be a little bit hard to smell in that particular scenario, but anywhere else, and I think it's really a fantastic scent, and you can't go wrong. So just to break down my sort of final thoughts, even though this fragrance was released, as I say, back in 2006, it still smells new. It smells sophisticated. Not a lot of people are wearing it these days. That's another benefit. So if you want to smell different, if you don't want to smell generic, like the Bleu de Chanel's of the world, the Dior Sauvage, even the sort of Versace Dylan Blues, if you want to smell different to them and smell distinguished but still sort of refined and classy, then this is definitely a bottle that you should consider purchasing. More to the point, Yves Saint Laurent as a brand, YSL as a brand, are very respected. They've made classic fragrances for decades. I mean, if you look at a fragrance like Rive Gauche, a barbershop fragrance, that's still one of the top 3 barbershop scents around, and that fragrance was made in 1971, would you believe it? Decades and decades ago. So YSL are a company that make products that are built to last. They don't they're not going to release 3 or 4 fragrances in a year and just try and, get fragrances flying off the shelves. That's not the sort of company that they are. They build, they construct quality products that are built to last. So if you guys are at all interested in picking up a bottle of this, click the link in the description below. I've got a Amazon link where you can get 20% off the retail price. So if you guys are at all interested in this fragrance, check that out. And if you've enjoyed this video and the content on this page, then leave a like down below, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. I really do appreciate it. It helps me out, and I'd like to bring out more content in the future if that were possible. So stay tuned for that. And that's about it. Yeah, that wraps up my review of YSL's L'Homme. See you guys.